Shavua Tov. This is Motzei Shabbat Parshat Balak, 5775. Tonight is also the 17th of Tammuz and begins the 3 weeks. I saw an article today which referenced non-human animals. So the implication, of course, is that there are human animals and there are non-human animals. I like to reflect on 3 things. 1, language. 2, value system. And 3, a Torah perspective. So if I say to you, you're an animal, in the old days, that was an insult. Now, if it's not it may not be a compliment exactly, although by some people I think they actually consider that a compliment. Language has changed. I remember I had a student at Ramaz, and there was a group of students sitting with me in the learning center, and they were talking about a certain teacher, who highly venerated teacher in the school. And one kid says, "He is a dog." And I was horrified. And my knee-jerk reaction was, "Out! To the office!" And the kid looked at me, this young man looked at me, he says, "Rabbi, what did I do?" "What did you do? You just spoke about Rabbi so-and-so as a dog?" He said, "That's a compliment." I said, "What are you talking about?" And he told me how this expression is used nowadays. You really respect someone, he's the dog. I guess that really dated me. And then, you listen to language today. Somebody says, "That's sick." That means it's cool. This blurring and inversion of language started a long time ago, because even those of us who have long-term memory, remember when "I got him good, I got him bad" means the same thing. Beat someone up or beat them down. So these types of expressions already are opposite technically, and yet they mean the same, which means that there's a lot of meaninglessness that's been put into the language. But this has, I would suggest, both an expression of a value system and has an impact on our value system. When we speak of human beings in superlative terms and use terms of speaking them of animals, so you could say, after all, Jacob, our forefather, blesses his children. Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses blesses the people of Israel. He used terms of animals, but there are specific qualities that are being referenced there, and I think it's a very different type of usage, because there are specific qualities that are being referenced in regard in those blessings, which I don't think that's the case nowadays. When in science human beings are referred to as animals, it's not intentionally necessarily a degradation, but in the end it is. The Torah has a different view. In science today, there's basically 4 major kingdoms. There's the mineral, there's the plant, and there's the animal kingdom. And the human being is an occupant of the animal kingdom. Um, and there are other gradations in between that have been distinguished. But in Torah thought, there are four kingdoms. There's the mineral inanimate kingdom, there's the plant kingdom, there's the animal kingdom, and then there is the midaber. That's the speaking kingdom. And there's only one occupant in there, and that is the human being. And the human being is medaber. The human being is the one who has been bestowed with the ruach memalala, the speaking spirit, as Onkelos translates, when God breathes into Adam the breath of life, God's breath turns into a speaking spirit in the human being. That is godliness. That is not in any other creature, and that is what distinguishes man, not as an animal, but as a godly being. But you say, but the human being's body is animal-like. But in truth, it is. And our sages tell us that the human being is a hybrid of sorts. His soul comes from the upper world, and his body comes from the lower world, the animal world. So if we're focused on, and here again, the value system, if a person focuses himself mainly as an animal, so that's how he sees himself. If a person sees himself as a godly being, then that's how he sees himself. In this week's parsha, we see that Bilam rides on a donkey, but a female donkey. In the Torah, there are two people who utilize a donkey. Abraham utilizes a donkey, doesn't ride on it. He takes the donkey with him, probably carrying supplies to the Akedah, the binding of Isaac. Moses puts his wife and children on the donkey, but he himself doesn't ride on the donkey. I believe it's Lubavitcher Rebbe points out that before the giving of the Torah, we weren't on the level to fully utilize the chamor. It's the male donkey. Chamor is from the word chomer, means physical material. It's physicality. But after the giving of the Torah, and at the end of time, when this will be perfected, we're taught that the Messiah, Mashiach, will be ani rochev al chamor, that he will be a humble person riding on the donkey, on the donkey. Our sages say it's the donkey that Abraham used, Moses used, and that's the same donkey that the Mashiach will use. Whatever the historicity of that is, the idea, though, is that our great people knew how to use the chamor. They knew how to use the animal. They knew how to use their body. But the real perfection in that comes only after the Torah is given, and then through the process of history, when Mashiach comes, then we'll really fully know how to use our body. But the main thing is to strive to be rochev al chamor, to ride on the material being, to ride on our physicality, not to have it ride on us. We are like a rider on an animal. Are we controlling the animal, or is the animal controlling us? Who's in charge? Do we want to be an animal, or do we want to be a rider? And the Torah says to us, the human being is the rider of animals, but the true rider is the one who rides his own animal, the one who controls his own body in every aspect of its physicality. May Hashem bless us to use our bodies as well as our language, and to build a value system that reflects the will of God for us in this world. Shavua Tov.
Shavua Tov.